Hello. Well, one of the most common questions I am asked is, how does another person feel about me? So in the realm of relationships, people want to know about somebody that they are attracted to, whether it is reciprocated, or somebody that they're already in a relationship with, how the other person is feeling. Now, this question mainly comes from women, but sometimes it does come from men, and it comes from all countries, all over the world, different cultures, and people of different ages as well. And because I get so many of them, I've decided that rather than answer each one individually, I'm going to do this one video to help you explore your own answers to this question more deeply. And so one of the things that I wanted to say was, what's the real question here? Because I feel that the real question might be, is it safe for me to feel the love that I feel? Is it safe? Or am I going to be rejected? Am I going to be embarrassed? So it's like, I need to know how this other person feels before I can go any further with my own love. So so ask yourself these questions. Why am I asking this particular question? Is my affection for this person conditional on knowing that they love or like me as well? Because love is not conditional, love is unconditional. So if you are feeling conditional and needing to know how another person feels, then you perhaps have some kind of a wound that you are filtering your question through. So it's, in a way, it's coming from the ego, the wounded ego, as opposed to the authentic self, because the authentic self just simply loves unconditionally. So is my affection conditional? And if so, why? What was your relationship with your parents like? Was their love conditional? Did they teach you that love was conditional? Did they teach you that you had to be a certain way in order for them to accept you? So where is that coming from? And then a follow-on question to that is, well, so does my self-worth depend on receiving external validation? Am I only worthy and a valuable person if this other person loves me too? So my existence and validity is dependent on how another person perceives me. Because the truth is, you are worthy regardless of how anyone else sees you. You are a spark of divine consciousness. You are love. That is your true nature. So you are absolutely worthy. But if you're seeking that external validation to have some self-esteem, then ask what has happened in your life to cause you to need that external approval. And so then we go back again to the original relationships that you had with your parents. Did they validate you, the authentic you? Did they see you and love you exactly as you are? Or did they have a projection about who they wanted you to be? And only when you matched that perception were you validated, were you given love in return? So now all your relationships in present time are being informed by that original relationship, that they're based on pleasing the other person so that they validate you and allow you to have self-worth. Also ask yourself, why? So am I asking this question about how this other person feels about me so that I can avoid being embarrassed? So that, because I need to protect myself against the possibility that I will be rejected. So I need to know that it's safe for me to feel my love and express my love before I can. express my love? And so, in that circumstance, ask yourself, why do I fear rejection? What has happened in my life and in my past that has caused me to be on the lookout for that, to be hypervigilant against being rejected by others? How did your parents reject you versus accept you when you were younger? And then, as I've been saying, when you start to answer these questions for yourself about where is this question coming from, really, look at your relationship with your parents. Was their love conditional? Did they see and accept the authentic you? Did your self-esteem depend on their approval? Was the real you rejected and replaced by a people pleaser that only got validated when she did what they wanted, or when he did what they wanted? So, and if in exploring this you find some answers that say, oh yes, there is a bit of this going on, then your sense of self-worth has become distorted and you've lost your center. Because in your true center, you are love and you are worthy, and you don't require external validation. You don't require to know someone else's projected perception of you. So then I would also say, ask yourself, how do you truly feel about this other person? What are your true feelings? And if you like them, if you love them, why is it that you don't feel safe to express that in an authentic and upfront way? Why? And it may be for all those reasons that we've just discussed, that you're protecting yourself against rejection, that your love is actually more conditional than you thought. And then finally, how do you truly feel about yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you feel worthy? Or do you lack self-esteem and confidence, and are you feeling unworthy? And do you have the belief that when I have another person who loves me, then that will show me, that will validate my worth, that will show me that I am worthy because another person can love me? Whereas the truth is that until you love yourself, actually that won't happen. You create your own reality, and you create your own reality by what's inside you. So if you're wanting love reflected back at you, you need to be in touch with the love that's inside you. So I hope that that has helped you to start to do some exploration inside yourself about how you relate to others in a romantic sense. And what's more important in a way is, how do you feel about yourself? And if you're not loving yourself, why are you not loving yourself? And it usually has its origins in your childhood and your relationship with your parents. And then we have that as a filter that we're experiencing our present time romantic relationships through. And so to free yourself from that conditionality, that need to protect yourself, involves healing yourself from formative wounds that were laid down in your childhood. So I hope that's given you food for thought. I hope that that has helped you reflect on your question. If you're watching this video, but you've not sent me a question for a free card reading, then please do go ahead and send your question. And there's a link below that you can click that will send you to the page where you can do that. And if you are interested, you can also have a weekly inspirational reading like this sent to your inbox every week. And there is another link that you can click for that.